Grand Rising, y'all. Who was up this morning? I know y'all didn't see me yesterday, but my baby's out of school, and I slept in, and it felt freaking great. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. So as y'all come in, I want y'all to hit that share button. Hit that share button. Hit that share button. Montrese, can you share this in the group for me, please? If you don't mind. Good morning, Josh. Y'all didn't see me yesterday because I slept in, and it was great because my kid is out of school. Grand Rising. All right, so yesterday I actually I had a lot to do yesterday. I had a lot to do, but so yesterday in my ritual that I was doing yesterday, I had a lot of ancestors talk about closing doors. For those of you who don't know, I do rituals, and um, they kept saying closing doors. I was doing a ritual to open some doors, but they kept reminding me to close some doors. Like, close the doors. The doors need to be closed. Like, I heard like my aunt, them old folks used to say, don't you be running out my house and not close my door. And she kept saying, close them doors. You better close them doors. As you run out, you better close them doors. Sometimes in life, as you are moving on, you got to start closing them fucking doors. As you walk out them old doors, you got to close them doors. Because if you don't close that door, other folks going to come outside. And sometimes you got to leave the motherfuckers behind. Grand Rising, Grand Rising. So as y'all come on, I want to see some claps. Let me see those claps so I can know that y'all paying attention. I want y'all to share, hit the share button, because somebody needs to know this. Somebody needs to know what Spirit has to say. Grand Rising. All right. When you are leveling up, when you are trying to get your success, this sun is bright as fuck. Oh, Lord, it is bright as hell. Yes, thank you, Josh. I want to see them claps. As you're leveling up, maybe I just need to turn my ass to the fucking side. That's it. Great. Or turn to the other side. Shit. As you're leveling up, sometimes when you're walking out the door, because as you level up, there's a process. Like, you got to leave that old shit behind. You got to walk out the old door. You got to leave. You got to go. You got to take action. And as you do that, as you're in the midst of change, it's important for you to start closing those other doors. Like, when you walk out the door, you need to close the old one. Damn it. I don't know what the fuck is up with this goddamn Bluetooth. I can't hear for shit. But, let me turn the Bluetooth off. God damn it. There it is. That's better. But as you were leaving, close that goddamn door. All the doors to them folks that are causing you to stay your ass where you're at, you got to start leaving those doors closed for people. When you were trying to level up, you got a whole bunch of baggage, you got a whole bunch of people, you got a whole bunch of old ways, you got a whole bunch of shit holding you to getting you to where you need to go. So when you were trying to level yourself up, when you were opening up new doors to success, when you were opening up new doors to new avenues, when you were opening up new doors for new networking, for more money, for new abundance and prosperity, you're coming out one door, going into the next. And it's important for you to make sure that door is closed. Start closing those relationships with those old people, because you can't be successful holding on to those people who don't want to level up. And I know that some of y'all are like, well, that's my family. Well, that's my spouse. Well, that's my, my friend since we were babies. We've known each other our whole lives. Sometimes you got to let them people go. Sometimes you got to close that door so that they can't come through. Sometimes you got to close that fucking door and lock it so they can't come through. Because your success depends on it. Because sometimes some people have a way of talking us into going back to our old ways. Sometimes we have a way of waiting on those people to get their shit together. But sometimes you got to close that door so that you can level yourself up. Sometimes you got to close that door so that you can stop running to it. So that when times get hard, you won't have a place to run to, that you have no choice but to depend on you and the people that you are looking forward to that are leveling themselves up. Sometimes you have to close that door so that there's no more communication, so that there's no more going back to it. Sometimes you got to keep pressing forward, close that door behind you. Don't allow those old relationships to keep you from success. Sometimes you got to leave a lot of motherfuckers behind. And as you do it, close it. I know a lot of people like, well, don't never burn your bridges. But some bridges need to be fucking burnt. Some of them need to be burned. And they don't have to be burned on bad terms either. You can burn a fucking bridge on good terms. You can close a door on good terms. They don't always have to be bad, but sometimes you got to completely cut it off. In order for you to grow, in order for you to succeed, in order for you to be able to go to that next door. What are they? Security doors. You got to close one door in order for the other door to open. The other door is not going to open until that other door is closed. So you got to think of your success as those security doors. If you've ever been to, like in the hospital, we have doors in the hospital. And I'm only referencing hospital because that's the only thing I can fucking think of. I'm pretty sure other businesses have it. But in certain areas in the hospital, you got to have the door closed in order for the other door to open. And that's how success is. Sometimes that other door to your success is not opening because you won't close that other door. Until you close the door to that old mindset, till you close that door to them people who don't want shit, who ain't about shit, that other door is not going to open. So I just wanted to come on really quick because I got great shit to do. Really great shit to do. But close those doors. You have to really cut some motherfuckers off. Really cut them off in order to keep growing. Cut that door off so that you can stop running back to it. Because we like to be comfortable. We like to feel like we don't like the feeling of getting uncomfortable, but sometimes growth is uncomfortable. If you ever worked out, it's that pressure, and that pressure of lifting weights it's hard. But you know at the end of lifting weights, the outcome is going to be fucking great. After you done lift a bunch of pressure, the shit is fucking painful. It's uncomfortable. And sometimes we like to put those weights down because it's uncomfortable and it's painful and we give up. But the thing is if you keep with it, you're going to have a great fucking result. It's going to be toned. It's going to be refined. You're going to remove all the fat. You're going to remove a lot of shit from that pressure. So if you are feeling like you got a lot of pressure, close that other door. So you have no choice but to keep lifting those weights. So you have no other choice but to keep going. Close those doors so that you can't go back. Close that door so that nobody can come out. It don't have to be on bad terms. You can do it on good. Unless you're just that damn dramatic and you gotta have it bad. Grand Rising, hey Nikki. But level up. Level up. If you're trying to open up new doors, like I said yesterday, I was doing a road opener. And as I was opening up, I heard my ancestors say, okay, you're opening these doors, but you forgot to close some other doors. So you need to go back and you close those other doors so that we can finish opening it up. Because we got the keys. We got all the keys you need. We got all the things you need to unlock all those doors that you're trying to open. But you got a couple of doors that are open that you need to close. You got some places that are still readily available that you got to close. So go close them doors so that we can open up these other roads. So we can open up the road to success. So we can open up the road to financial gain. So we can open up the road to everything you ask us for. Because asking you shall receive. But sometimes your spirit, your ancestors, your spirit guides, your angels will hold shit back on purpose because they don't want those people who aren't worthy of your hard work, who aren't worthy of your success, who aren't worthy of all the things you got coming. Because they know that you gonna share shit with them. They know the moment you get success, you're gonna try to bring their asses into it, and they're like, oh, fuck no. You gotta close that door. We can't give you what you want until you close that door, because that person didn't work as hard as you did. That person is not worthy of you giving your shit to them. You gotta close that door. You seriously got to close that door to them old people so they can't have the spillage of what you got coming to you. Because Spirit knows. Spirit knows that you love to help. Oh, you love to help. Despite if it hurts you, despite if it's painful, you love to help. And Spirit says, no, this time, you can't help them this time. They got to get that shit on their own. They got to get that shit on their own. You worked hard for this. You got a lot of shit to do. You got a lot of work to do coming. And I know that you're going to keep working hard for this. But you can't keep giving it to people who don't want the shit. So you got to close the doors. You got to close the opportunity for somebody to come in and just lay on your couch for free and do absolutely nothing with their fucking life except suck you dry. So close that door to success to other people who didn't earn it. Go to those people who are trying to level you up. Go to those people who are trying to show you success. The best way to become successful is go to somebody who's successful. Make friends with someone who's successful. Make friends with someone who's successful and those who are becoming successful. Not those ones who are talking about, oh, I'm going to be successful one day. Okay, what action are you taking? What are you doing? Are you networking? Are you walking in your purpose? Are you walking in this path to success? Because talking about it is one fucking thing, but actually doing it is a whole completely nother story. Let me see your actions. Let me see you do it, because you can't be my friend if you're not becoming successful. You can't be my friend if you've been talking about this one thing for years and you ain't done it yet. Because you got to close those doors. You got to cut people off. You got to stop talking to people. You got to stop having relationships. You got to stop making friends of people who don't want shit. When you want more, when you know there's more in this life for you, and you have all the tools, you have worked hard for it, you lost sleep over it, you bled over it, you cried, you lost so much for it. And here they are trying to run on your coattails. So you got to start cutting those people off who don't serve you no purpose. Cut those people off who are trying to come out that door. Close those doors to be able to allow yourself to walk into that other door. Because you're almost there. But Spirit says you got some people, you got some habits that you got to leave. Because sometimes it's not even people. Sometimes it's just your bad habits that you got to close the door to. Sometimes it's those toxic ways that you have that are keeping you from success. The inconsistency, the procrastination. Always putting love above success. Love is necessary, but putting the love of love. Because some of y'all really ain't in love. Some of y'all just love love. And some of y'all are just in relationships because you love love, but you ain't really getting fucking love. You getting a simulation of love. And here you are, you got a whole purpose that you're supposed to be walking in, and you ain't walking in your purpose because you love love. And you keep trying to find the love of love, but you ain't getting it. And your focus is somewhere else. Because that's what a lot of people's problem is that they're holding on to spouses. And spouses or situationships. Holding on to situationships and not focusing on their success. So close the door to all those bad habits. Close the door to the things that are toxic. Close the door to those people who keep you in toxicity. So for some of you who don't know, I went to jail like years ago. I was accused of something that I ended up getting vindicated for. And I actually I was in like federal prison. And this experience of me being in federal prison, I was able to talk to someone, and this woman, she was a dope addict. She was doing federal time for, what did she say? She had got high and she ended up killing somebody, some shit like that. But she was talking about her addiction. And for me, I've dealt with people with addiction in my life. My father had addictions. I had family members who had addiction, but I never understood it. I never understood it because that wasn't me. But talking to her, she told me, I stayed on drugs. And as I stayed on drugs, I would surround myself with people who would keep me toxic. Like, the addiction wasn't just the drug. The addiction had to have stuff that maintained my addiction. And there were people that maintained her addiction. She would keep in unstable relationships because that helped her maintain her addiction. And that's how it is for some of you. Some of y'all are keeping people around that are maintaining your addiction, that is maintaining your lack, that is maintaining, damn Josh, I wish I would, but there are people that you have around you that is maintaining your lack like it's an addiction, and you're keeping them around, and you're making excuses as to why you keep them around, but in reality, they're only around because they maintain your addiction. They keep you in toxicity. You complain about it, but you never get rid of them. You never remove them from your life. You always keep them in your life. So at some point, you got to, in order to really, really change your mindset, to heal, to get over, you got to remove those things within your life to move forward. Because if you don't, you're always going to be in the same position. This is why it's so important that when you are trying to open new doors, you must close the old ones. Because if you don't, that person is still going to be lagging behind you. And it couldn't be anything. They could probably always be encouraging you. But the energy that they have about themselves is the thing that's keeping you from prosperity, the thing that's keeping you from success. I am so big on success, having your own. I've learned the importance of having your own business rather than having than working for somebody, having a great career, because that shit's not permanent. I don't want you to have a career. I want you to have your own business. I want you to have success, because there's enough out here for a lot of us to have our own business. There's a lot out here for all of us to encourage each other, support each other. Change your mindset. Change your mindset so that you can have success. Change your environment so that you can have success. Close the doors to those things that are keeping you from your success. So even like sometimes with family, yes, even with family, sometimes we don't do shit. It took me a long fucking time to come on my own page because I was scared of what my family would say. Oh, you doing witchcraft, you doing voodoo, you doing all that shit, you doing divination, and it's against God, and you going against God. Look, my relationship with the Most High has been the best it's ever been. I don't fuck with Christianity, ever. I don't fuck with Christianity. And that was my biggest problem, is because I had so many people that I knew, because I was 110% in Christianity. And I had 110 people on my actual page that were Christians. And I never endorsed myself because I was afraid of what they would say. But at this point, when I was homeless, where the fuck was these motherfuckers at? When I was going through all the shit with my husband, only thing I got was pray about it. I didn't get any real solutions from it. But it wasn't until I stepped into spirituality, not witchcraft, spirituality, that I learned so much about myself. That I was able to tear so much shit down from me, tear a lot of shit off of me, and build myself up. And that's what some of y'all have to do, is tear a lot of shit down. That's why I'm so head on mindset work. So let me put my little plug in. If you need a new mindset, sign up with me. It's 6 months. 6 months to invest in yourself. It's $1,000 for 6 months of learning how to reset your mindset, healing your mind so that you become successful, so that you can accomplish the goals that you want to accomplish, so that you can really step into the business that you know is going to be successful, so that you can manifest the life that you desire. Some of y'all are talking about, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to be a millionaire, I'm going to be a millionaire, and here you are waiting on the fucking lottery. Let me tell you. You have more chances of building wealth through a business than you do winning the fucking lottery. So give up on them fucking hopes of winning the lottery and put more of that energy into building your business. Put more of that energy of building your energy. Because it's expensive being poor. It's expensive living in poverty. It's expensive living the life that you are living because you're never going to catch up. And the only way you're going to catch up is that when you give it all up and you decide, I'm going to work for myself. I'm going to put my money to me. All my money is going to go to me. All my money is going to keep growing. I'm going to keep coming up with ways and ideas to create my wealth. So change your mindset so that you can grow. Change your mindset so that you can have everything that you desire, so that you can stop talking about it and be about it. And as you change your mindset, close those doors to those people who no longer serve you any purpose. Close those doors to those ex-boyfriends, those situationships that no longer serve you any purpose. Because now it's time for you to be successful. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and even talking to her, Spirit had to remind me, although it's all about self-preservation, we are all connected. Our paths are not only designed for us. Our path is designed for a bunch of other people who are behind us. And if you're not walking in your path, you are divinely becoming a blockage. Because there's someone who needs your story. There's someone who needs to know how you got out of this situation. There is someone who needs your advice. There's someone who needs to know how you did this shit so that they can do it. But they can't do it until you align yourself in that path to where they can come meet you. So not only is it not just about you, it's about the people who you're going to help. They waiting for your ass to get your shit together because you too busy trying to figure out how to get your love life together in this situationship. You too busy trying to figure out how to take care of family members who are ungrateful. You too busy trying to get a friend to do the shit that you doing, and here you are blocked because you can't help the people who deserve to be helped. You helping people who don't want to change, but there's a bunch of people who won't change. There's a bunch of people who desire to be more than what they are, but here you are, you become the blockage. So close that door to them other people so that you can raise yourself up, so that you can help others. Because your success is right there. Right in front of you. Your success is right in front of you. But you got to close the door behind you. All right, y'all. I got some great shit to do. And then I got to go to class so I can finish this goddamn certification.